Hey friends, we are doing lesson 42 today, so pull that one out. The first direction says, draw a 2 2/16 inch line segment. So we're going to the inches side. We're going to go 2 whole inches and 2/16 of an inch right there. And then the next direction says make it 5/16 longer. So actually let's start right at the dot that we stopped at. And we're going to do 5/16. Now the 16ths are the smallest little marks typically on a ruler. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Now we'll connect everything. And it says how long is it now? So now let's measure it. It is about 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8/16 or so. That might not be exact, but we're close. Number 1 says Joyce ordered a compass and a basketball from Great Things for Less. Now, I don't have the sheet that I need to see what that would cost, so I'm going to make it up. So let's say a compass costs $11.25 and a basketball costs $19.18. Just for the sake of finishing the problem. Estimate the cost of the 2 items to the nearest dollar, and then we're going to find the actual cost. So now when we're going to estimate to the nearest dollar, these are the whole dollars right here, and so we look 1 to the right to that 2. And remember the little rounding roller coaster where the 5 was on top, and since this is between $11 and $12, the 2 tells us that we didn't get all the way up to the 5, and we go back to $11. And 19 are the whole dollars here, and we look 1 to the right, that's the 1. And the 1 isn't 5 or greater either, so that tells us that we round down to $19. So estimate the cost of the 2 to the nearest dollar. 10 and 10 is 20. 9 and 1 is 10 more. So $30. And then the actual cost of the 2 items would be 11.25 plus. Now, the most important thing I can do when I'm adding or subtracting decimal money or any number with decimal points is to line up the decimal points. So I always put the decimal point on there first. Now we add. 8 and 5 is 13. 2 and 1 and 1 is 5, decimal point. 9 and 1 is 10. 1, 2, 3. $30 and 53 cents. Okay. Number 2. Corey made a circle graph to show the favorite color of 20 children in his class. How many children chose red? So, it doesn't give us a percentage, it doesn't give us numbers or fractions here. So we're going to have to figure this out. 20 kids voted all together, right? And you can see that red is half of the circle. So if the whole thing is 20, half of 20 is how much? 10, right? If 5 children chose yellow and green, so 5 chose yellow and green together, so from here to here is 5. How many children chose blue? Well, you can see that the piece of the pie that has yellow and green is 1/4 of the circle. And you can see that blue is equal to that. It is also 1/4 of the circle. So if yellow and green together equals 5, that means blue equals 5. What fractional part of the children chose blue? Well, they want to know what fraction of the circle this is. So, in order to do that, I have to make all the pieces equal. That means I'm going to write a line right here and make 1, 2, 3, 4 equal pieces, because all of them have to be equal to the blue. Now blue is 1 out of 1, 2, 3, 4 equal pieces. And I know this piece is cut in half, but I'm just considering this much of it. Okay? What will be the year 3 decades from today? Well, 1 decade is 10 years. So 3 decades is 10, 20, 30 years. So the year is 2020. Sorry, the year is 2020. Add on 30 years. 0, 5, and 20. So the year will be 2050. Which shapes are divided into thirds correctly? So if it's thirds, that means the pieces, there are 3 pieces and they are equal. So let's take a look. This has 3 pieces and it looks like they're equal. So I think that's one. This has 3 pieces. It does not look like they're equal. These 2 are equal. This one is way bigger. So that's no. This has 4 pieces, so that's a no. This has 1, 2, 3 pieces. But again, these are equal and this piece in the middle is much bigger. These are not equal. This has 3 pieces and it looks like they're equal. So why are these incorrect is the question. Well, because either the pieces aren't equal or there aren't 3 pieces. So we could say because it needs to have 3 pieces of equal size. Okay. Number 5. Draw points on the number line to show where each number is located. Use a capital letter to label each point. Sorry, I just remembered something I had to do. Okay, 124. Now 124, when we're counting on a line, it looks like this line is divided into hundreds. So 124 is going to be after 100 when we're counting, but before 200, so it's somewhere in here. And directly between these is 150, because 50 is half of 100. But this is about halfway between 100 and 150. So if 150 is here, then 124 is going to be about halfway between those. And we'll label it A. B is 487. So 487 is going to be after 400, before 500. We can picture 450 right in the middle. But 487 is a lot closer to 500, isn't it? So that's going to be almost a 500, but not quite. and C is 650. So here's 600 and 700, and 650 is going to be exactly halfway between 600 and 700. Round each number to the nearest hundred. Well, the way we do that is we find the hundreds place and we go 1 to the right. So 2 tells us to go down to 100 or up to 200. 2 tells us to go down. If it's 0 through 4, we go down. If it's 5 or more, we go up. So 2 tells us to go down to 100. 400, so we look at the 8. 487 is between 400 and 500. And the 8 tells us to go up or down. If it's more than 5, we go up. 650, we look at the 5. Now remember, 5 or more, we're deciding between 600 and 700. 5 or more tells us to go up to 700. Find each sum or product. Now remember, when we're multiplying by a 1 with zeros after it, doesn't matter how much big the number is, but it's got to be a 1 and it's got to be just zeros after it. We can take those zeros and put them behind the other number when we're multiplying. So this is 60 with 2 zeros. And then we go 1, 2, 3, comma. Same thing here. Take the 0, put it after the 17. So it's 17 with a 0. 6 times 53. I'm going to get my scratch paper out. 53. I like to put the bigger number on top because it's just less confusing for me that way. So we go this times this and this times this. 6 times 3 is 18. Carry the 1. 6 times 5 is 30. And 1 more is 31. So don't forget, we multiply these, and if there's something up top that we've added, then we add that one on. 318 carried. That's the word I was looking for. If we've carried something, we need to add it on. 4 times 6 plus 2. So you can multiply any two of them and then multiply them by the third. You will get the same answer no matter what way you do it, as long as it's all multiplication. So 4 times 6 is 24 times 2. So 24 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. 48. Looks like the decimal points are all lined up on this one, so we can do it right on here. And they left us room. We're just adding. 9 plus 2 is 11. And 6 more is 17. 3 plus 2 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. 8 plus 4 is 12. Plus 7 is 19. 2 plus 1 is 4. 6 plus 5 is 11. 5 plus 3 is 8, and 1 more is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. And 7 plus 4 is 11, and 1 more is 12. There they are. Go ahead and do side B and turn it in. Have a great afternoon.